show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you guys are excited to be here today. I hope you're excited for this live stream. Oh, I am playing it apparently right there. Okay, cool. We're good. We're cool. Welcome everybody here to the start of the lunchtime. I hope you're excited here for this stream today. We have some stuff to talk about. Not too much happened in the way of news. Obviously, we'll talk all about Monday Night Raw last night and kind of go over everything that happened there. I'm feeling a little under the weather. I don't know what it is. I just don't feel all that good. You know, sometimes when your head's just like foggy and you just don't feel quite awake, or you don't feel sharp like you normally do. That's kind of what I feel like today for whatever reason. I don't know what the cause of it is, but that's how I'm feeling today. So this isn't probably going to be too long of a show. But we will get through everything that we need to cover. We will talk about everything that there is to talk about today. I hope you guys are looking forward to this episode of the Lunchdown. Let's do a roll call. Everybody who is here, make sure you say hi. How are you doing, guys? Welcome to the Lunchdown. All right, without further ado, though, let's get right into this. Let's get talking about everything that I know you guys want to hear. Let's talk about the rumors going around here in the WWE. Hey everybody, how you doing? Hey Brad, welcome to the stream. Guys, welcome everybody. I'm just giving you guys a few minutes here to get into the stream before we talk just about the rumors and all that stuff. Welcome everybody to the stream. We got stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit about Brock Lesnar. We're going to talk about Big Show. We're going to talk about Shelton Benjamin. And then we're going to talk about the future of the tag team division on Raw and what's the best direction that they should be heading in. And we're also going to talk a little bit about breaking down certain things that are possibly going to happen tonight on SmackDown Live. That's what we got planned here for today. So let's get right into the rumor roundup, as always presented by CageSiteSeats.com. This is their fantastic rumor roundup. It is where I get all my rumors from. I believe this site, they seem to be pretty accurate. The rumors seem to lead in the right direction, so that is why I keep returning to this website if you guys are looking for a website. So we are going to speculate a little bit here, but according to Cage Site Seats, Brock Lesnar's next match is expected to be at June's Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So, he's not going to be competing at Backlash. I think we all knew that. It looks like the main title match is going to be AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Backlash for the WWE title, with both brands coming together for the one pay-per-view. It's not surprising that they're leaving Brock Lesnar off the card. I mean, he barely shows up as is. He's your Universal Champion who is never around anymore. It's getting very, very annoying, not gonna lie, having a champion who just isn't around. But at least we have Seth Rollins, who's kind of carrying Raw right now. But yeah, Brock Lesnar's next match is scheduled to be at the June pay-per-view known as Money in the Bank. And there's some more news on Money in the Bank as well. So we're going to read this word for word here. It says, on the subject of Money in the Bank, as WWE is looking to make it a Big 5 pay-per-view. That's no news, or no new news there. It looks like the other events, other than Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, will remain 3 hours long, even with both Raw and SmackDown superstars on every show. So that means every single pay-per-view outside of the Big 5 is going to be a 3-hour pay-per-view, which is, you know, that's a good time for a pay-per-view. 3 hours, good. You know, you spend your night 8 to 11, that's your night, right? That's okay, having those 3 hours. 7 hours for WrestleMania is ridiculous. SummerSlam's probably going to be, you know, a 5-hour spectacle, something like that. Same with Royal Rumble, same with Survivor Series. But what I don't know what's going to happen is Money in the Bank going to now be falling into that 5-hour spectacle? Is it going to be, you know, a Big 5 pay-per-view? Are they legitimately going to go all in with it, you know, build it up to make it feel like, you know, the biggest event of the month? Like, you know, it's a huge event. So we'll see what happens with Money in the Bank. Obviously, it could flop. Obviously, it could do really well. We don't know how it's going to do as a Big 5 pay-per-view, something that has not been changed in a long time. For a long time, it's been known as the Big 4, and WWE is really looking to push Money in the Bank to make it a Big 5. All right, let's talk a little bit more about some rumors here. Like I said, this isn't going to be too long of a show. WWE wanted Big Show involved in the WrestleMania and Greatest Royal Rumble, according to the Wrestling Observer Radio. But he suffered a new injury while coming back from hip surgery. So Big Show is still wanted by WWE, apparently. They still want to do things with Big Show. He's just injured at the moment, and maybe we'll get him back in the future. But let's talk a little bit about some more speculation here. There's speculation that Shelton Benjamin will be added to the United States Championship match at Backlash, so he can take the pin rather than Randy Orton or Jeff Hardy. So just kind of like a throw-in man, I guess. It is what it is. And this is a really weird one. This last little rumor here, or news, or whatever you want to call it, is a Saudi prince WWE was dealing with while planning the Greatest Royal Rumble, allegedly wanted to see Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, and Yokozuna. Apparently unaware that the last two are dead. So Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna, yes, they are not with us anymore, but this guy is so not a WWE fan that he didn't even have a clue that two of them had passed away. So I guess that's the reason why we saw Hiroki Sumi. He was probably brought in to be a Yokozuna replacement or substitute or whatever you want to call it. It's very weird. I don't know how he doesn't do more of a quick, Google search. He's just like, oh, what was that guy's name? Let's Google Yokozuna. Oh, he passed away. Maybe I shouldn't ask for him to be on a show. Maybe that would be disrespectful. How about Ultimate Warrior? Oh, he gone too? Maybe I shouldn't ask for him. Google, man. It's your friend. Yeah, he certainly was not paying attention to everything going on there with the WWE. Make sure you do a bit of research before you go asking for things. Let's move on to the breakdown. We're going to break down Monday Night Raw from last night. Let me just go into the results. So Monday Night Raw results. I don't want to miss any of this for you guys here. Okay, one sec. There's the, I think we can get this here, right? Does that work? I just want something with pure results. Sometimes it's a little difficult to find results online. Hey, Bleacher Report will work. All right. So, we had Roman Reigns kick off the show last night in a, obviously the crowd was not behind Roman Reigns. They were behind Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who made the interruption. Braun Strowman came out. Bobby Lashley came out. Fight broke down. Men separated. Match made for later in the night. Nothing major coming out of that one. Reigns just honestly is not over, especially with the Canadian crowd, apparently. The crowd was white hot for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They were not for Roman Reigns. We then got Elias versus Bobby Roode. This match was a little weird. We got a little bit of action, followed by Bobby Roode getting slammed into a ring post and his neck hitting, it's just needed to go backstage. It was a very weak-looking injury. Definitely kayfabe. Definitely did not do it well enough. Authors of Pain versus Jobbers. They put away the Jobbers very, very quickly. Before I could even get them up on the screen, Jobbers were gone. So that was that one there from Monday Night Raw. Then we got Seth Rollins and Finn Balor kind of going back and forth in a promo segment. Finn Balor wanted a shot at the IC Championship. Seth Rollins agreed. Then the Miz Taraj, who need to change their name, came out and interrupted and tried to make them become the Four Horsemen of WWE. They failed. Miz Taraj got beat up. Then Seth Rollins got hit from behind by Finn Balor, delivering a huge reverse DDT and making sure that Seth Rollins knew that Finn Balor was coming for that IC Championship later on. Excellent segment. Loved every bit of it. Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott was the next match after that one. This was a good match. It was a good match. It was not anything to write home about, but it was a very good match for what it was. I liked it. I really enjoyed this match. Ruby Riott picks up the win with a pinfall, which is great for her character. She needed that. Great in-ring worker, and hopefully WWE decides what they're going to do with her. Very curious to see what happens with Bayley and Sasha. We haven't gotten too much more of it ever since before WrestleMania, so maybe we'll get something like that. Then we got the Moment of Bliss and Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy weirdness. That's what this is calling, you know. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy's segment was pretty damn funny. Them posting their faces, you know, through time. Bliss's segment I thought was really, really good, playing the victim. That's how a cowardly heel plays. She's been the bully for so long, and now she's playing off the fact that she's the one being bullied. It's a good story. I like it. Little childish at times, but I thought the Moment of Bliss segment, I hope that returns, because man, oh man, that was an excellent segment, and it could even be turned into a talk show in the future. Moment of Bliss. I think that'd be so cool. Then we got Reigns, Strowman, and Lashley versus Mahal, Owens, and Zayn. I'm going to say this right now. Bobby Lashley has not impressed me at all since he's come back. Yes, he's a strong dude, but he looks clunky in that ring, and he struggles to put together a solid match from time to time. So yeah, we got that match where Reigns, Lashley, and Strowman picked up the win over Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Jinder Mahal. Obviously, they were going to beat them. They were no way they were going to give the win to the Canadians in Canada, because why would you do that? Just never do that. Then we got a weird segment with Baron Corbin, Titus O'Neil. I knew the moment that I saw Titus trip that they were going to try to milk the crap out of this thing, and sure enough, they did, causing Titus to stand up on the ring apron and fall down, even though he just took a bump to the outside. He just trying to be funny. It's cringy. Titus O'Neil, not a funny guy when he's trying to be funny. Anyways, though, I'm still not a Titus O'Neil fan. Jordan Lee Mark Williams, thank you, dude, for your $1 donation. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. But yeah, like, then we got Baron Corbin ended up losing a match to No Way Jose. It's just weird. Baron Corbin deserves a little better than Titus O'Neil and No Way Jose. Even though No Way Jose is fun, new addition to the main roster, he's a lower mid-card act at best. So, yeah. Not a very good segment there. Natalya versus Mickie James. This was a rough match to watch, to say the least. Just kind of ran out of time. Ronda Rousey obviously chasing after Alexa Bliss was something, but it felt really, really rushed. You know, it wasn't sure if Natalya actually hurt her knee or if it was just, you know, her selling really well. I couldn't tell, so I'm not too sure with that one. The crowd's reaction when Lashley comes out says it all. Yes, it does. It is a very blank reaction. But everything else aside on this show, that was kind of rough, that was kind of weird, other than the Sasha Banks-Ruby Riott match, everything else was kind of a little on the weird side. Maybe the segment with Rollins and Balor was good as well. But then we get to the main event, and this is where my whole opinion on the night changed. What a freaking main event. If you guys missed it, if you didn't get to see the whole match, go find it somewhere. Treat yourself to an instant classic. Rollins versus Balor, unbelievable. Best match on Raw in a while. It's right up there with the gauntlet match for match of the year for Raw so far. Truly a spectacle to watch. What a fun match. Rollins picks up the win to retain his Intercontinental Championship, and just amazing chemistry, and I hope that feud isn't done. It's I like this, that they're, with Raw not having the Universal Championship around as much, they are leaning more on Rollins to be like the main guy holding the IC Championship. It's a very, very, very good way to go. The IC Championship being competed on Raw in the main event, Rollins being a fighting champion, you know, that is elevating the card, that is elevating the title, and everything that is dealing with it makes it feel like a massive deal. Once again, Seth Rollins is a big deal in WWE. Okay, so let's move on to your questions. You guys can ask me any questions. You can either ask me over on Twitter right here, see your Twitter pop on up, or you can ask me in the live chat. I will answer a few questions here before we move on. Remember, if you guarantee you want your question answered, you can always drop a $2 donation with it to highlight your question. However, I will try to get to every single one that I possibly can for the next few minutes. Brad Rios says, I accidentally fell asleep the entire stream, but saw the match this morning. It was freaking awesome. Dude, it was unreal. I couldn't believe last night the match that we got to witness. It was such a good match. Finn Balor's been jobbing to Seth too much, just my opinion. No, it's not a job. Honestly, when you compete in a main event match and you go for, 20 minutes and you put on a spectacle and you come this close to winning, That's not a job. A job is when you lose a match in, 2-3 minutes. I think wrestling fans seem to forget the fact that there's difference between losing a match and jobbing. Jobbing is basically you go out there and all you do is lose. You don't get any benefit from it. You're there to highlight the guy you're facing, and you're just there to put him over. That's what jobbing is. That's not what Finn Balor's been doing. Finn Balor has been putting on crazy matches recently, but Seth Rollins keeps just getting a little bit more of an edge over him. We saw a little bit of a heel turn last night, or a heelish characteristics pop out of Finn Balor, so maybe that's where we go moving forward with him. Who do I want to win Money in the Bank this year? Good question. I think Elias is very much a front runner. Braun Strowman would be kind of cool. Maybe that could get him right into the title picture again. Who else would be really, really well suited? Finn Balor. We're just speaking of him. He would be well suited for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Who else? I would say you could probably strap it on to one of the New Day members if you wanted to rejuvenate that. I know Big E would be a very cool one to win a Money in the Bank and to carry it around with the New Day and just kind of be like a stable where they compete for singles championships as well. That would be kind of cool. You could see Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, that's a thing that could happen. There's a lot of possible candidates this year. It could be someone like Bobby Roode, that would be kind of cool. A Shinsuke Nakamura, if he's not going to win the WWE Championship, to kind of get him back into the title contention with that new heel persona. That would be interesting. Could go back to Baron Corbin. There's a lot of potential. I just hope it's not going to be Titus O'Neil. I hope they don't give him a push out of this. Sami Zayn, yeah, that's a possibility. There's a lot of possibilities here, guys, for this. But yeah, make sure you ask your questions if you guys want this to be answered. When do you think AJ will drop the title? Honestly, I think he drops it at Backlash. I think Shinsuke does pick up the win at Backlash. His new heel persona is absolutely unreal. I think Daniel Bryan, after Big Cass, will probably want to move into title contention. I don't know if Daniel Bryan's going to win the match against Big Cass, but he's going to be looking for a title match. And I think Shinsuke, as the heel, opens up a lot of possibilities for people who could do that. If Finn turns heel, he should use his demon character more. Use it as a sadistic character. Just doesn't care what he does. What do you think? Agree with you. To a point, I think I'd like to see him be a little bit more like Kane. Not so much sadistic, but just kind of creepy. He's got like these backstage areas. He's a little scary. I think Finn Balor could pull that off, when he's in this demon form. But what I would really like to see a story with Finn Balor, and you guys can let me know if this sounds stupid or not. Obviously, it's just fantasy booking. But if Finn Balor starts being, it's like he's got two personalities. He's a split personality. When he's his demon character, he's a heel. He's sadistic. He's mean. He's, he does anything he can to win. He beats down people. He brings them backstage. He's a creepy, demonic character. But when he's Finn Balor, he's a face. He's a smiling, go-loving baby face, pretending that nothing's wrong, that he's got no clue what's going on with his other character, but everybody else knows it's him. And he's like, what are you talking about? That's not me. I'm me. What are you talking about? And then later on, in his demon character, yep, he destroys everything. I think that'd be really cool to see a split personality character on WWE television, especially with Finn Balor, somebody who could definitely get that over. All right, we're gonna move on here to the sponsor spotlight. I don't think we have any sponsors in here today, do we? Is anybody a sponsor in here? Oh wait, Brad Rhea is. So Brad Rhea and Jordan Lee Mark Williams. All right, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Brad Rhea and Jordan Lee Mark Williams. Thank you guys so much for being a sponsor. Excuse me. Wow. Sorry about that cough. Yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for being a sponsor. You guys are amazing. You help keep this channel running, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much, guys, for being a sponsor. Remember, if anybody wishes to become a sponsor, get on the list of sponsors and everything like that, you can click on the green button above the chat. Become a sponsor today. Help support this channel. Trust me, it really, really helps support this channel. And we'll move on here to Conman's Take. So, the last segment right here, if you guys wish to have me take something on or talk about something, what is it? What is a dying issue, or not a dying issue, just an issue that you want me to talk about in the WWE? This is Conman's Take. This is where I answer your, or I rant on your stuff or whatever. Just say your topics away and I'll try to pick one here. What would you like me to talk about? What is kind of, you know, I don't even know what to say past there. What would you guys like me to do my Conman's Take on? I'm looking for your comments. Oh, JJ Jordan, well, I'm waiting here. He's like, hey, how you doing? What would you do or say if Jericho ever retired from WWE? I would be sad. But he's kind of like, you know, a part-timer as is, so. SummerSlam prediction matches. That's a little too early to talk about SummerSlam. We don't even know what the card's going to look like at all. What's up with Roman? I like that. So, Roman Reigns is very, very close to becoming the next Lex Luger. He doesn't seem to he doesn't seem to be getting any better with getting over with the fans. However, he is fantastic in the ring, and that's the difference between Lex Luger and him, is that he is actually really, really good in the ring. The fans just don't give him the time to see it. So Roman Reigns, what's next for him? I honestly, truly think that Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, they're both stuck in purgatory. WWE doesn't want to take the title off Brock Lesnar because they want him to break CM Punk's record, which will happen in June, by the looks of it, because he's not going to defend the title since then. Roman Reigns just can't seem to find a place on the card right now. Like, it's, yes, the main event, but fans are booing him out of the arena. They were even booing him almost just as much as they were booing Jinder Mahal, if not more. This is Jinder Mahal we're talking about, and he got more boos than him. So I think truly the experiment needs to be over. I love Roman Reigns, but I think the only way you're going to salvage this character is if you turn the man heel. And I don't know any way that you turn him heel without him being moved over to SmackDown. I just don't know how you do that. The SmackDown roster has so many popular, beloved baby faces where, like, because the thing is, WWE knows that the fans want Roman turned heel. Like, that's what the fans have been clamming for the past, 2 years. They want to see Roman Reigns heel. WWE doesn't want to do that because the moment they flip Roman Reigns heel, he is going to be cheered. He's going to be cheered by a lot of people. So you got to find the right program to turn him heel in. And the way you do that is you put him up against AJ Styles. You put him up against Daniel Bryan. You put him up against whoever it may be over on SmackDown. Raw doesn't really have that. You're not going to get him really too much over by putting him against Seth Rollins. That's not really something that I think will work. Yes, you could do a IC title feud between Roman and Seth and have Roman turn heel in that program, but the thing is, Seth is not as much of a beloved babyface as Bryan or Styles. You know what I mean? The fans are going to cheer them regardless of who it is. Seth Rollins is getting pretty close to that level, but not quite entirely there. So it's a very difficult situation with Roman Reigns. I know WWE basically says he's not a good guy, he's not a bad guy, he's just the guy, but he's not the guy anymore, right? He hasn't held on to that Universal Championship. He hasn't been able to take that away from Brock Lesnar, and this is a guy that the fans are growing tired of, but they would rather see Brock Lesnar hold on to the championship than have a full-timer in Roman Reigns hold on to it, which is crazy to think, because fans are getting so tired of Brock Lesnar. But yeah, that's kind of my take on that one. I think Roman Reigns, if he's going to really get over, does need to turn heel, but we all know that you got to turn him heel against the right person. Otherwise, leave his character as is. Maybe the fans will get off his back at some point, because I have no clue what the man needs to do. He's put on classic matches time after time again, and I just don't know what the man needs to do to get over. Red Rush, you're asking, how do you sponsor? You click on the little green sponsor button above the chat. If you guys don't see it, let me show you right here. Give me 1 sec. Let me just I'll show you right here. Basically, what you do, if you go down all the way to the bottom, right here, I've just got to move this around. You see this little money sign right here. This is how you donate. You can send super chats, and right up here is how you can click on sponsor. If you go over onto this side, you see this right here, this green little sponsor button. Yes, you click on that, and that's how you become a sponsor. But guys, that is going to be it for me here today. I really, really appreciate you guys being in here. I'm probably doing another list video today, so be on the eye out for that one. And I'm also going to be live with SmackDown Live tonight, as well as 205 Live. However, that is over on Patreon, but it is going to be a free event. So don't worry, guys. You can still watch 205 Live with me here tonight. Just make sure you go on over to Patreon and you bookmark that page so you can watch it later on tonight. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much. Please make sure you leave a like on your way out, and please make sure you're subscribed if you're new to the channel. I'll talk to you guys later on, but that's it. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you tonight for SmackDown Live.